What's going on, y'all? Forward Fabian Speaks. Back talking to the people, man. Back talking to my spiritual beings. That's what I like to call the people, because we are spirit first, just living in this physical form, this physical dimension. Now, with that being said, it's a great point to lead and to start off with, because don't let the constraints of the material world hold you back. Don't let the constraints of the physical realm hold you back, because you're a spirit from God, of God. You know, give praise. You know what I mean? Imagine how great that is. You are God's child. You can call him Abba, Father. That goes a long way. And that has such depth to it that a lot of folks wouldn't understand. But as I've been going on my spiritual journey, the essence of time has just evaporated. Time doesn't even exist. What is time? Something that the physical world uses to constrain, uses to pretty much deplete. You know what I mean? If time didn't exist, imagine just the eons of days you have, hours, whatever. It kind of contradicts itself, right? Because I'm using time to equate time. But if time didn't exist, there would be no constraint over creation, over your mind, over limitation and capacity. We have a work schedule, 40 hours, 8-hour days. You know, there's a weekday, there's the weekends. People divvy up their time amongst that just to say that weekends allocated for when I have free time to do my things, my personal business. The weekday I have to dedicate to my 9-to-5, my job, my career. What if that was just grayed out? It was just a grade. You couldn't even find the differentiation between. You see what I mean? Then it would just open your mind to a multitude of different possibilities. But we tend to keep our minds constrained in the box. That's why I like to lead with being a spiritual being, because in the spirit, there's no concept of time. People don't think about, I say people, we don't think about time. Like, grasp that concept and try to grab that concept from the spiritual realm and bring it into the physical. It's not an easy thing to do. But even the idea of it completely changes how you perceive things, how you would go about things. Just keep it honest. So I say that to say we're never ending, cyclical, eternal. You know what I mean? If death can't hold us back, what else can? Death? What is that? You know what I mean? So you can get knocked down 1,000,000 times, 10 billion times. You're going to get up 1,000,000,001, 2 billion, or 30 billion times. I said 10, so it would have to be like, 20, 30 billion times. Take 50 steps backwards for 1,000 steps forward. That concept may sound so mundane, but it's really not. In the essence of, you can always come back stronger. What don't kill you make you stronger. Yeah. It's all aligned with the essence of we are undefeatable. We are unbeatable, according to who God created us to be. We are made in God's image. If God doesn't think time is a big deal, neither will I. Of course, there's wisdom and common sense and logic that needs to be used in life. If you have a job, be on time for the job. Play within the parameters of things that you need to do. But when it comes to dreams, goals, things that you aspire to do outside of what society tries to conform you into, you have all the capabilities to do such. Don't let depression, sadness, weakness, fear diminish your capabilities and the possibilities. Nothing is impossible. You see how it's all following the same narrative? A lot of my videos follow the same narrative. You are unstoppable. You can't even fathom the power that you have. But I pray all of y'all fathom it, are able to tap into that frequency, to live on that frequency. That's the frequency in which mountains move. That's the frequency to where people say you can't do something, and hey, I did it, so what now? It's all here, man. It's all here. But it begins internally. It starts internally And then you mold the mind to follow suit. The mind is just filled with constraints. Sometimes I think of the mind like a vault. It's a vault that's locked, right? And we tend to keep it locked. We tend to be the zombies. We just going through the motions. Not trying to tap in, tune in to something very deep. As deep as the abyss. Different dimensions. So that's what I encourage. Like the title, all the titles I use in videos may not always necessarily grasp the full concept of what I would try to break down in a video. Because I don't have that limitation, right? I don't have that constraint on it. All I can give you is a title. It's up to you to take it to the depths and how it applies to you. Not everybody's going to have the same relation or be able to apply it in the same way you would be able to apply it, right? That's why we're all uniquely made. But trials, tribulations are there for a reason. To be knocked down doesn't mean anything. It's just to get back up again. This is how I fashion my mind now. When bad things happen, they're good. What the world deems as a setback is actually something that's propelling me forward. When people say you're running out of time, I actually got all the time in the world. When people say I'm not doing something or I can't do something, that means that I have full rights to go ahead and run with it and do it. Think about the world backwards. Think about how people think about things and just flip it. That's what I would recommend. Just flip the narrative on how people perceive. And when I say people, it's the world. The world will sabotage you because the world does not believe. The world does not know how to think beyond. And even those who have your best interest at heart will still sabotage you because in their mind, they think that they're just looking out for you. They love you. I'm protecting you. No, they're not. They haven't stepped outside of their own fear. They haven't completely let go. Once you walk in the spirit, all the baggage from the physical realm deteriorates. It washes off. It's like you, the phoenix, man, rising above the ashes. Ready to soar, ready to fly. Take that into consideration. Take that into consideration. And this is for the people who are on that journey, on that mission. They know there's more to what they got going on. So they got to look between the lines, read between the lines, look at the depths, gain insight. Don't just go with the narrative, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just go with the narrative because the narrative will steer you wrong. A million steps backwards is a trillion steps forward.